Hello, everyone. My name is Josh, and this is the Skype for Business recap. It is Friday morning, and I'm trying to get this thing out earlier in the day today. Um, and it has just been one of those weeks that it's very hard to find the right words to describe just how insane it's been. On a community note, on a work note, on a personal note. So let me kick things off by just giving you a very quick story, just something that you can laugh at and kind of feel my pain on here, and also that will help give an explanation for the possible scenario of you hearing dogs' claws clickety clacking on the floor down here while I'm recording. Um, we are having our floors. We're trying to sell our house, so we're having our floors redone upstairs. They're wood floors, and we're having them resurfaced. Someone did a really terrible do-it-yourself job in the past, and just awful. So we're having them redone. Hopefully that'll help it sell. And in so doing, we needed to remove all of our belongings, all of our furniture, everything from the top floor down into the basement level of the home. Now, this is a workable and livable situation because the basement is completely finished out. It's got a bathroom and all that kind of stuff down here. So it's doable, but we're talking our entire family. All of our belongings are doubled up, 3 dogs and a cat. There isn't a whole lot of peace or quiet down here. So it is a bit challenging and a bit crazy right now. And we did this starting Monday, and we shouldn't be back out of the basement till Saturday or Sunday this weekend. So lots of fun. Oh, and to move the refrigerator, I was a genius and did not turn the main water off to the house before disconnecting the water connection on the back of the fridge. So yeah, my kitchen just drenched, soaked, everything short of a flood in there. It was ridiculous. Before I sprinted downstairs straight to the main water cutoff and shut that off. So like I said, it's been crazy. Lots of big news in the community this week. Lots of cool announcements coming out and content put out there by individuals. So we're gonna go over some of that. And I've got a couple interesting things on the board here that don't really talk too much about those things because I didn't have really good hashtags or handles that I had for those things. So I kind of skipped that part. But the first item up here, the Twitter handle up there, Integration Partners Twitter handle, is what I will use to lead me into my announcements and discussion today. So first things first, it doesn't seem like very long ago that I was making an announcement that I was leaving Rackspace and joining Deloitte. Because it wasn't that long ago. It was about six months ago, I think. And I have enjoyed my time at Deloitte. It's been a good company, and I can't say enough good things about the team there. A great group of people, highly skilled, very intelligent, and just good people to work with. And I'm going to miss them very much. However, an opportunity has come up, and one that I wasn't able to turn down. I think it's just going to be the right fit for me, and I'm very excited about it. Things are looking very positive there. And yesterday was my last day at Deloitte. Monday, I will be starting with Integration Partners. And I'm very excited for that change. They seem like a great group. It's going to be a big change. I'm going from, a company of many thousands of users to a much smaller company of several hundred. But I think that smaller family feel in the company is something that I've been used to in my past, and I'm looking forward again. It's from everyone I've talked to and everything I've heard, this seems like a really good team I'm going to join, and that there's some really cool projects and things ahead that I'll get to work on. So very, very excited about that change. But at any rate, if you see, my title change or any of that kind of stuff on LinkedIn or Twitter, that's what it's about. Making another big change here, and this time hoping it'll be a longer haul than 6 months. But I think it will be. I think we're looking at a good situation here. So, okay. Next thing, let's jump over. Oh, and with that, I was supposed to go over to my Infinity screen and pull up this, and I did not do that. So anyway, this is Integration Partners website. They redid it recently, actually. I saw that announcement a couple months back, actually, and it really good looking website, solutions, services, obviously in the consulting business here, and as we drill down into what they do, there are a number of areas they provide consulting in, but on the Microsoft services side, that's where I will be joining as the team in this area here, of course, right? So. Again, very excited for this change. Okay, let's move on to some of the things that have happened this week. First thing, Thomas Poet, a Office Servers and Services MVP, has released his version 2 of his Cloud Connector Edition Hybrid Voice Guide. Very comprehensive document. He had a version 1 where he started to really dig into a guide specific to the advent of Cloud Connector Edition and how to get it set up, how to get rolling with it, planning for it, thinking about it. And this new book here, again, this is a free ebook on the TechNet Gallery, as you can see, but this new one dives into multi-site and user configuration is fully covered now. So those are important things. You know, you can always go over the simple procedures. This is how you get up and running. This gives you the basics of CCE. But you're eventually going to have people that want to get a little more complex with that and dig into the deeper details. And so Thomas dives into some of that more granular detail in this version 2. I got a chance to download it and start peeking through some of it. Haven't made it too far, but it looks very good. Thank you for putting that out there, Thomas. Thanks for keeping up. I get the challenges of trying to keep your content up to date and valid in the cloud and Office 365 space. It changes so often that it could be, a matter of months before the document you put out there is no longer correct or valid. So good job on keeping up with it. And I hope that as Cloud Connector Edition goes through more changes in the future, we'll see more of these versions coming out covering what's new there. So again, thank you, Thomas. Awesome work on this. All right, free Skype meetings. This was splashed everywhere, really being shared by of course, the Skype team. And this is cool. As you go through and read about it, they pretty much describe what Skype for Business meetings are, giving you the ability to have, group chat, audio, video, PowerPoint sharing, whiteboarding, laser pointer. So there's a lot of cool features in here. They give you a video introducing it. But if you really start to read about it and read about the requirements and process for getting signed up, you pretty quickly realize that what this is really just kind of a way to allow people that are not currently Office 365 tenants to get a taste for the power of what Skype for Business meetings can do for them. As you dig into the details here, for the first, I think it's 60 days. Once you sign up, you can set up meetings for up to 10 people for the first 60 days and then 3 people thereafter. So you have to sign up for an Office 365 tenant, cannot already have one. And then once you do have that tenant, you will get, via the instructions they give you here, 10 meetings for up to 10 people for 60 days and 3 thereafter. Not huge meetings, not a lot to offer there. Again, it is really just kind of an intro. It is to let people who are not familiar with what Skype for Business has to offer and how powerful meetings are. It's really just kind of dangling that carrot in front of them with the word free to let them know how powerful it is and hopefully get them to buy more services and have access to greater meetings, up to 250 people. And so that's what this is about. I mean, and I read through Matt Landis's blog on this, and he did a great job going through what this is exactly, the steps for getting signed up for it, and then really calling out the fact that there isn't anything new or big or huge to see here. This is pretty much a way to try to raise awareness about Skype for Business meetings to those who don't already know much about it or haven't, dug in real deep there. And so that's what it is. For those of us that are already involved in the community, already have tenants and all that. This is nothing that we need to pay attention to or know much about. But if you are dealing with clients and customers who are not Office 365 tenancy yet, and want to show them a way that they can kind of get their feet wet and see what these meetings are about on a testing level, this is a good thing to suggest to them. And in that case, it might be something you want to know a bit about. But that's that. All right, let's move on. Mac. Every week it seems like Mac comes up in some shape or form, but this was a big announcement. This is a big deal. Last week on the Skype for Business broadcast, Jamie Stark, went and made an announcement about the new Mac preview update here. Essentially, we're in phase 2. All right, so we had phase 1 that came out, I think, in April. And now, and phase 1, it was a pretty client for those that were in the preview, but it really just let you have access to meetings. That's it. It was just a meeting tool. Now, phase 2, if you were part of the preview program, this has been expanded to include IM, your contacts, and your presence in there. So here we go. Let's take a look at what's new. These items here: contacts and presence. Peer-to-peer calling, so not just meetings, you can now do peer-to-peer. Group video calling, and then conversation history. So those are some big new features. That doesn't leave too much more than to release for phase 3, but phase 3 is still coming later this summer, and then they're still shooting for the fall, I believe, for their general availability. But and he says, what's next? The third phase of preview functionality in the summer, including voice features like the ability to dial out to a traditional phone number, so PSTN capabilities. And they go over their target dates and everything there. Now, notice, I know there is an effort, and it's kind of a quiet effort. It's kind of one that no one is talking much about, but to kind of, what I believe, get rid of persistent chat, not have persistent chat be a part of this product moving forward. Start using things like Office 365 groups, because the push is to get into the cloud. So even though this Mac client is the latest and greatest and has been touted as being more advanced than the Windows client, it's still, as we can see in what's expected, there are still no plans for persistent chat to be baked into this tool, which I view as a big disappointment. There are so many companies, and I talked to someone just last night who they turned away from using Skype for Business because they have a mixed org. They have Windows clients and Mac clients, and they wanted this. They wanted the rooms. They wanted the chat rooms. They want persistent chat, but they could not deliver that to everybody in their org with Skype for Business. So what did they do? They went to Slack, and they're getting away from Skype for Business. And that's awful. I don't want to see that, So that, I really, really wish we could bolster persistent chat, turn it into something even better than it is, and put it available to all Skype for Business clients. That's my vote. I know I'm not everybody stands with me on that, and I may be on an island kind of by myself out there, but I really wish we would do that. Anyway, that's the end of my soapbox. If you're part of the preview, check out the phase 2. If you're not part of the preview, bad news. Preview is full. You're not going to be able to get into the preview. You'll have to wait for general availability in the fall. So, all right, let's move on. Next thing, Jamie Stark. Again, he is the product manager over at Skype for Business at Microsoft, and he was sharing some amazing tweets this week. One of them was this awesome picture of Skype for Business reporting, going over PSTN Calling reports here within Office 365. He talks about how you can sort groups and sort and group calls in whichever shape and form you want to. And that is awesome. If you ever worked with Event Zeros, UC Commander, or any other reporting and analytics tool for Lync or Skype for Business, you know the power they bring to the table with being able to report on your calling. Now, with the purchase of the underlying technology that is UC Commander is built on, Microsoft is able to start putting some of these features and functionality into Office 365, and we're starting to get rich analytics and views into our call details. So this is very cool stuff, and I'm glad he shared this. As you'll notice, I asked down here Is this only available to certain tenants, or I don't see this? What's the deal? Do you have to have Cloud PBX with PSTN Calling licensing? And it turns out, yes, you do, which on the tenant I was looking at, I did not have those on there. So that's why. But if we go past that, no, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Skype for Business Online Reporting. We look in here, you'll notice there are a number of reports that should be available to you if you have all the licenses. Cloud PBX, PSTN Calling. You'll be able to look at audio minutes and video minutes, client devices per user. If you don't have those licenses, you just see four activity reports, and they don't give you all these call details. So if we go over to audio and video minutes report, you drill down here. This is awesome. I mean, you get some of these great graphs. You can customize them. You can tweak them to be what you need them to be. And they give you a lot more information on each of these reports. So definitely check this out. If you're licensed for it, check out the reporting. This is a powerful tool that I know will help your organization. Other big announcement from Jamie that he had put out there. No, I'm sorry. This did not come directly from Jamie. This came from the Skype for Business social media account on both LinkedIn and Twitter. They shared the fact that PSTN Calling for Office 365 is now GA for the UK. And I had some people say, are you sure? We don't really see that on our site or the portal we're looking at. And I'm sure, and there were several other people in the UK that replied back to that thread and confirmed PSTN Calling is definitely available in the UK now. We've been using it for a few days, I think since July 1st. So really big news here. As you can see, we're on our international availability for Office 365 features. If we drill down to our Skype for Business PSTN Calling, it's available in English and Spanish. And then the countries and regions, we have Puerto Rico, which is part of the U.S., but it's only available in volume licensing there. The United Kingdom and the United States. So congratulations, UK. PSTN Calling is now available to you guys. Enjoy. It's an amazing feature. I'm glad that it got there, and I can't wait to see the next countries that it rolls out to here before too long. So last topic, and I realize I'm going long today. Like I said, it was a crazy week. There was a ton going on. The Skype Show, episode 8, coming up August 1st. There we go. I generally try to let everyone know when there was a show or is a show, and there was a show last week, the episode 7. Good show. Go check that out if you can. You can find that on the show's link here. Playback is available. But episode 8 is going to be August 1st. Least cost and location-based routing. Very good, important topic. Call flow manager and the world of hybrid. Why I'm digging into this a bit deeper is that for Call Flow Manager, Andrew Morpeth has been working on this tool for quite some time, had a lot of tweets about it, seeking a lot of help during beta phases, and he is pretty much ready to launch this thing now. Very excited to see that. It's going to be a great discussion. So tune in to hear what Andrew's got to say. He is an Office Servers and Services MVP, sharp guy. Looking forward to that. Also, the world of hybrid. There is a guy who happens to be a big hybrid fan that's going to be talking on this. And yes, so Mark Vale has been so kind as to allow me to come on the show. He is trusting me with the mic. He might end up muting me and stealing the camera away after 5 minutes or so to get back to something a little more, mainstream or appropriate there. I just joking. It's going to be a good show. I'm going to try my best to deliver a good discussion on the topic of hybrid and planning for it and considerations. And I'm very, very excited for the opportunity to be on the Skype show. This has been a very, very powerful tool within the community over the last several months. A lot of good episodes, a lot of good guests, and I am very thrilled and honored to be able to be a guest on the show and to discuss something I feel so much passion about, hybrid. So thanks for that, Mark, and I hope you all can tune in August 1st to watch that. So, all right, that's it. I have chatted a long time. I am pretty sure that I have gone over my time frame, and I apologize for that. It just was, again, a crazy week. So let's wrap this up. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Really looking forward to you tuning back in next week for Friday's Skype for Business recap. And hey, if you liked any of the information you heard today, got a chuckle or anything like that, please feel free to hit the retweet or share button. So thanks, guys. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next Friday. Adios.